Good afternoon. Welcome back. It is Saturday, November 4th, 2023. So we head into the final couple of races here of the weekend. Watched the truck race last night. Not really going to comment much about that because it is what it is. Crazy race, crazy finish. You'll get that once in a while. But we're going to go into back to 1990, and this was also at Phoenix. Dale Earnhardt won his ninth and final race of his championship season, but he would have to wait till the final week, the following week in Atlanta to win that championship in 1990. Actually, I believe it was 2 weeks out because they had a week in between. On this day in 2011 at Texas, Kevin Harvick won the Truck Series race. Yeah, that's expected. That happens. But this was the race where Kyle Busch and Ron Hornaday had their dust up that got Kyle parked for the rest of the weekend, and it's always the one that's rehashed on crash videos on YouTube. And then on this date 1 year ago at Phoenix in the Truck Series race, Zane Smith wins the race and wins the championship. So we got several birthdays to talk about here real quick. We're going to start in 1944. Legend of drag racing as a driver and later an owner. Born on 1944, we said, Mr. Don Schumacher. Born on this day in 1943, passed away sadly in 2001. Part of the road racing fraternity with like IMSA and Wolleck series and all those series that raced, at Le Mans, Daytona, and Sebring and all that. Mr. Bob Wolleck. So we're going to go to the IndyCar world. Born on this day in 1953. He was, again, we use the term journeyman a lot, hopped around to a few teams, but his namesake nephew is more famous. But he is the original brother of former F1 driver Gilles Villeneuve, Jacques Villeneuve. And yeah, this card is in horrible condition, but it's part of my collection that was from when I was a child, part of these A&S Racing Hardee's cards. You can even see a hole there in it where it... I got these from my brother, and he had them tacked up on his corkboard where he worked at. And then, but yeah, Jacques Villeneuve won. That would be the uncle of former F1 and kart champ Jacques Villeneuve. Yeah, they're both Jacques. And he and his nephew also won the Indy 500 in 95. Up next, another brother. Born on this day in 1954. He was crew chief for a year for Harry Gant. He also was crew chief for his brother in the Cup Series in 95 and 96. Be Mr. Charlie Presley. I don't remember Charlie ever driving, but I know he probably worked with his brother coming up through the ranks when Robert was in the Busch Series. Don't really remember a lot about Charlie. And that's unfortunate because, Harry's last season in 94 wasn't that successful. And then 95 and 96... And there you see, obviously, he went to the Kodiak team at some point. But in 95, 96, Robert Presley just had really rough seasons. It's, Robert was a competent driver, and, I feel Charlie was probably a competent crew chief, but sometimes you just get mixed in a team that's struggling, and I think that's what happened with them. With the Kodiak stuff, I don't remember him going to the 41, but if he was, he probably would have been with Ricky Craven, Steve Grissom, David Green, and that group that was driving at that time. And our final birthday, born on this day in 1925. Wow, he would have been 98 today. Passed away in 1991. Former NASCAR official, and I hope this guy eventually gets into the Hall of Fame. Mr. Harold Kinder. Of course, we have the in memoriam card there, the 92 Pro set. So Harold was a flagman. He was an inspector, so on and so forth. He retired from NASCAR. I believe the Winston 500 or the Talladega 500 in 1990 was his last race. But Harold was a character. Very, very competent flagman. If you ever want to watch, how fast he has to react to stuff, watch Bobby Allison's crash in the 1987 Winston 500. Bobby Allison's car very near took out the flag stand, or could have. And didn't faze Harold one bit. Just as soon as Bobby's car, when he knew Bobby's car wasn't going to hit the flag stand, boom, that yellow flag was out right now. And they actually put the red flag out really quickly because they knew they couldn't even do pace laps. But anyway, oh, excuse me. Middle of the day yawn. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a lot of fun doing these as we are winding down 2023 with events and birthdays. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you've been enjoying the series. It's been a lot of fun for me to dive through some of these cards, look up some of these names and stats and so on and so forth. Make sure you come back tomorrow. We'll have something to rip. Not sure what just yet, but we'll have something. So thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow.